Welcome to this audio rendition of Ravan's encounter with Sita, an excerpt from my free e-book Sundara Kanda, Hanuman's Odyssey. While Bhagavad Gita is taken for a philosophical guide as reflected in my treatise of self-help, that's also in the public domain. Sundara Kanda is much sought after for spiritual solace, though many believe that reading this part of Valmiki Ramayana or hearing it recited would remove all hurdles and usher in good tidings. In effect, it tends to inculcate fortitude and generate hope as well. Now to Canto 20, Womanizer at Work. To fair Sita he confined, spoke then Ravan in disdain. With thy pair of lovely hands, why block sight of thy bosom? Hope it's not the fear of me, prompts thee squat in like fashion. Is a beauty like thine ever, and a lover than me better? What to fear in this Lanka, lost whose lord his heart to thee? Fair is not for thee to blame, granted when it's to our ilk. Force we might all women we fond, no mind ever the state of mind. Crave as I for thine embrace, wait I though for thy consent. Fill thy heart with love for me, let not fear ever grip thy mind. Having known my love for thee, don't thou know that it's not fair that thee should fail thy upkeep and thus make me sad for thee? For heaven I fetch garments such to make thee best dressed dame on earth. For thy wear I get jewels, not even by angels worn. Thou being the crown jewel of the feminine world at large, how come then thou shun jewels? Knowing as well youth is like river that courses to the seas, why not grant me thy favour and thus make the best of life? Since there none to rival thee, having said the hallmark thus, looks like Brahma sees his work. Perchance he now espies thee, finding thou so well endowed, what with such rare sex appeal would he ever quit ogling thee? Such is beauty of thy frame, wherever I look, I get stuck. That there none for maids for me, brought them in scores from all lands, yet I have taken to their charms, make I thee my queen of hearts. Gods from I got such ransom, made me that the richest man, not to speak of self as well, won't I place all at thy feet? Worlds I conquered, all the three, wealth of nations I plundered, consent if thou to take me, gift all that to thy father. None is there in heaven and earth, dares whoever to cross my path. Dust I made to bite enemies, burn their standards in their sight. Since no one can rescue thee, better thee tie thy life with me. Know I value thee no end, turn thy mind to life at hand. Spend thy days in royal ways, make we love in nights for long. Having enslaved my heart now, might well treat me as thy slave. Why if thee that wrong on me, in the scale of thy interest, won't thou know the way it tilts? Lost he crown when all too young, could have died though not so old. What if he still lives on earth, gets he how a clue of thee? Were he to get wind of thee, how doth he dare to face me? O dear lady, thou have won the heart of mine, the lady's man. O femme fatale, as I burn for the possession of thy frame, fail a women all who crave me. See all these are queens no less, make them willing maids to thee. Saved as thus by all of them, won't thou look a goddess then? In the pushpak that I won, come to live like favoured one. If ever thy man regains crown, would he make a patch on me? So that I add honey as well, know thy buttered side of bread. Lovebirds like we, all our life, live ever making love no end. On to Canto 21, steadfast in love. Heard by Ravan's words Sita, spoke to him thus in smooth tune. How thou belittle my Lord Ram, doth it behove a learned man? Blinded by thy lust Ravan, fail thou see the God in Ram. Having lovely wise in scores, why I may Ram's only wife? How come thou think Rama's wife would ever bed with another man? Pray thee divert from me lust, engage all thy women in want. Wantest thou thy wise loyal, let me be bound to my man. Lest if thou for another's wife, won't thou know that mars thy life? That thee take the righteous path, won't thou have a right counsel? Wonder how thee fail to see Lanka by thine act would rue. History all know, bears witness, ruined our kingdoms, ruled by vile. If thou wish thy Lanka well, better bear that in mind, O king. Well, O Ravan, wicked as thee, sure thou die like some street dog. Here is all those by thee hurt, sure they feel good at thy death. Sever as this race now from sun, never I would win from my Ram. Had I Rama's arm for rest, is there better for thee to give? Gain as wisdom, read who Vedas, is my Lord who gained my hand. Help as mighty gamekeeper, beast on hit to find its mate, let me lowland meet my man. Why thou want to ruin thyself? Why not fences mend with Ram? My lord, I tell, is large-hearted, treats he kindly those penitent. Take, O Ravan, my counsel, so thou could live for so long. Plead I would thy cause with Ram, though thou hurt my cause no end. Scare thou might the death even, escape there none from his wrath. Comes when Rama with war cry, thou then shiver in thine own shoes. Leave my lord, the king archer, can thou stand up to Lakshman? Come their arrows thick and fast, where thee find some place to hide? No, it won't be beyond my man, Lakshman being there with him to hunt down thee all to last man. It's no big deal for my man to take me back by slaying thee, having known thy limitations to confront my man in person. Don't I know that thou contrived that golden deed to keep him out? Shame on thee, O Lord Ravan, with that golden deed as ruse, the way thou snayed me to Lanka. It's one thing to trick me then, when my man was not at home. As thou face Ram and Lakshman, ball game it would be different. Canst thou hold their little fingers? How can then thou fight them both? Scorches and rays, pounce their all, sharp their arrows, sew thy frame. And as the wrath of Ram, know thine end is so near end. On to Canto 22, Deadline to Death. Hurt as he by Sita's stern, spoke thus Ravan in harsh tone. Wonder the way women all tent sad and armored man of them. As though his stock fell so low, tend they all to belittle him. If not for my love for thee, Renin, how could my anger? It's but fondness for thee mine, makes me spare the day for thee. But for the fact thou won me, head thine would have rolled by now. Know the way thee rubbish me, should have earned the third degree. Afflicted though by his lust, couldn't take Ravan, Sita's snub. Months two more is all I give for thee to choose death or me. Fail if thou to bed with me, make thy flesh then my breakfast. Feared all angels, having heard that Ravans to Sita. Concerned these for Sita then, made them signal her welfare. Assured thus of angelic grace, spoketh Sita, thus assured, to put the right into thy head, sad O Ravan, thee have none. Knowing that I am Rama's wife, thinks fit none to daydream me. For the sin of snaring me, escape there none, thee from death. Bid in thine to kidnap me, if not for the fear of Ram, why thee contrived his absence? What to make of thy valour? Boast thou as from safe distance, from my lord thou fear to face. Ogil as the Rama's wife, wonder how thou turn not blind? Abused as thou, my lord Ram, how come thou not turned it dumb? Given if Rama me the nod, power I have to burn thee now. It's no joke to dupe my man, rouge is but of thine own fate. Help thee thus to hijack me, so that my lord sees the end. For that cowardly act of thine, boasts of thine all sound hollow. Enraged by her words, Ravan stared at her in seething rage. Shook he as in burning wrath, tilted sideways his gold crown, turned as his eyes bled red, peeled off sandal, pissed on him, turned to lumps of coal at once, diamonds off his waistband then, on his arms with gold epaulets, here he stood all in straight lines, earrings his of bright corals, matched they both the rising sun. In his rage did Ravan seem like the funeral pyre on fire. Hissed then Ravan in anger, spoke to her thus in despair. But for lack of common sense, how can someone fall for Ram? Looks like I have lost patience. Time I end thy renowned life. Having spoken to Ram's wife, addressed Ravan his own folk. No, I lost my heart to her, kept I whom as thy captive. For the possession of this lass, passion mine is ever on rise. Until she takes me in arms, I can't have the peace of mind. If she were to turn my queen, make her see the life in store, pander her to my embrace, pamper would I her in bed. Fails if she to fall in line, torture all the way to hell. Came at that an ardent dame, spoke she then in passion thus, make me thine in heat, Ravan, what thou get from this cold fish? Brahma seems to have deprived her the chance to bed with thee. Requires not if less his love, won't she turn a pain in neck? Mounts if man a dame in want, take she would him to his come. Having set the lass on heat, forced then Ravan fence across, turned as ground their makeshift bed, seemed as though the earth had quaked. Came as he back from the jaunt, led Ravan his women all home. Went as he thus to Pushpak, left was Sita in panic.